Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Claire. Hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy, crazy world. I am home finally on this Monday and I can sit, have my red wine, and watch The Real Housewives of Potomac episode 2, which I'm really excited about because I feel like we're going to get more into the juice this episode of what's going on and what the storylines are going to be and kind of break down the trajectory of the rest of the season, because we're going to know who's having beef, what drama, what rumors, all of that is going to be laid out within this episode, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to take a look. I know that we're going to get more Robin and Juan stuff, but quite honestly at this point, because I did see a clip where Karen was like, oh, and this is really me getting ahead of myself, but I did see the clip, so I might as well talk about it. But Karen straight up asked Robin, like, are you in a traditional marriage or is it an open marriage? Like, she went there and asked that question that everybody really wanted to know, because with that response you can kind of take it one way or another. If it's open, well then fuck it, don't nobody need to say shit. If it's traditional and we see and hear things, then it's kind of more of a concern. Now, Robin did say the marriage is traditional, so when you have a traditional marriage, typically that means it's just two people in the relationship. We know in the past there has been, alleged cheating, and we know that Juan has been out here making Robin look. It's just a sad situation. Juan is moving in a way that is so foul for a man. I can't even put it into words. Like, he knows he's making his wife look an ass and look pathetic to the public. And I think that that is so wrong. Like you just can't stop at all for the simple fact that you know that your wife is being hurt. Like, it's so sick. Like, when you really, really think about what Juan is doing knowingly and the fact that he does not care, it's sick. So we're gonna get into some more stuff. I hope that this is not just the Robin and Juan show again, like the last episode was, but it is kind of a big deal because the storyline was left out last season, so they're kind of having to rehash everything. So we're gonna get into it and we'll see how it goes. All right, so we have the introduction of the new housewife, Nneka. All right, she moved into the area for her hubby. Apparently she has cash, multiple houses, she's got it like that. Apparently a true Potomac housewife situation. And she's coming on as Ashley's friend, which we already have side eyes with, because Ashley's she's messy as hell. Any friend she brings on, they come on to bring some mess, aka Deborah Sesame Street. So we know Nneka's gonna come in to bring some mess, but we'll see how she does it. But it seems like her and Wendy, they're both Nigerian, and I think she said they're Igbo. I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly. So I guess they would have some similarities there culturally and would be able to connect, right? They'd be sisterly and they'd be friends. They'd be all of those things, you would think. But I'm seeing that that's not going to be the case with Nneka and Wendy, which is pretty sad, given that they came from the same place, they're of the same people, and all of those good things. You would think that they would come together. But sometimes I will say, with women, we can get catty, and sometimes if you're insecure, you can see women as like a competition, especially if you're coming into a group. I've experienced it myself. I've done a lot of growing and stuff, and like, it's just weird. So women, we're so complex. Oh my gosh, I love us. But this situation with Wendy and Nneka, I think is gonna be a trip. It's gonna be a trip and a half, and I can't wait to see what goes down. Look, I'm just gonna say this off jump and in the beginning of this effing season, because the situation with Ashley is not going to change, okay? Her and Michael are still married. She's not gonna get a divorce because her prenup is basically non-existent. If she does go through with the divorce, it's gonna be unstable from her. She does not know where the money's gonna come from. She's not gonna be able to afford a $2 million house and that mortgage. Michael's name apparently is still on the mortgage, but if you're divorcing someone, why the fuck should they still be paying your mortgage? you would think. But given the fact that she doesn't have a prenup, there's nothing in place that would have him be able to make those payments regardless, you know, if they were divorced or not, because there's no fucking prenup. So she's not set up in a good way at all. It's actually really, really sad when you think about it. It kind of feels like she's stuck. She's stuck until she finds the next better scenario where she can somehow finagle and get out of this and still have the backup of where she's going to be taken care of. Because Ashley is taken care of right now. She has her money from the show, and I'm sure that check is nice, but it's not enough for like 2 kids and a $2 million home and to be running that all by your fucking self. Like, it's just not. And Michael seems to be very controlling monetarily. Like, he knows that she wants the money. He is very, very aware she wants the money. Michael is not stupid at all, all right? He knows what the F he's doing, and he got her in this situation because he knows what the F he's doing. And he really fucking screwed her. And he has her stuck. He has her stuck, and he knows it, and he could do whatever the fuck he wants. He could be here, he could be there, but still have Ashley come up in that house whenever he wants to. She's talking about he's only come upstairs like 2 or 3 times, honey. Okay. But it is sad when you think about it, because she feels like she has to be connected to him because it would just be easier, because she knows that should something go down, she still has his name on the mortgage where he has to pony up some dough. I don't even want to think about what the mortgage would be on a $2 million house. Like, that just sounds so fucking stressful for me. Like, I honestly think about, like, if I were to like come across some like big money, I really do not think I would go that big. Like, I just don't think I would go buy some obnoxiously big fucking house and like have like all these cars, and for what? Literally, for what? Like, to show other people like I've got money, I've got status, I'm doing well. Like, nobody cares at the end of the day. Like, it's just like it's really, really whack, and it's really a shitty situation that Ashley's in. But that's kind of how it's gonna be for the rest of the season. She has to be with Michael because he's footing the bill, and she does not have another scenario or another person who is going to be able to take the place of Michael monetarily. And until she finds that said situation, it's going to be the way that it is. She's not rocking the boat. They're co-parenting. They'll go on their little vacations. They'll do what they do. And that's just going to be it. And that's okay with her for now. But I don't know how that's going to sway when she gets into like a real, like, actual relationship with like a man. At that point, hopefully that man would like take over and be like, I got you. But who knows how Michael's going to react to that shit. That's why she has to have something else in place. It's so conflicted. I feel bad for Ashley. How does Ashley not know what's going on with the Candace and Michael like lawsuit shit? She has no clue at all. He's just suing your friend and castmate, and you have no clue what's going on. That is so crazy. All of y'all talk about, Ashley's like, you just can't talk about people so recklessly. All of y'all talk about people recklessly on this show. What are you talking about, Ashley? That's what y'all do. Y'all accuse each other of everything under the effing sun. That is disgraceful. Everybody's cheating, okay? Like, y'all talk, everybody got money issues. Everybody got some shit, and y'all are all talking about it. And I thought it was a thing that y'all couldn't sue. Like, well, I guess Michael isn't technically a castmate, so he's free to sue. So like, maybe Ashley couldn't sue Candace, but wasn't Candace trying to sue what's her face, Monique? Maybe that's not a thing. I thought it was a thing that like you weren't allowed to sue castmates, but apparently that's not a thing. But I guess Michael really wouldn't count because he's not an effing castmate. But at the end of the day, I really hope Candace has a good lawyer, because I think Michael is one of those spiteful fucking types, and he's like, just wants, he knows he has the money to just like run this thing, and like run Candace's fucking money up, and with legal fees and legal bills and everything. And she's trying to tour, and she's trying to do this and that with her music. She said last episode she's spent upwards of 6 figures for like her music tour and everything like that. So that's stretching thin. And I don't know what Chris does for work right now, but that's a lot of stress. Having any type of legal anything where you got a lawyer on retainer and it's just expensive. Those fees add up so much. And Michael's gonna take it there. I just feel like he's that type to just drag it on because he knows he can and has the money to do it, and just to prove a fucking point. Although they all talk shit about each other. So Karen and Mia meet up and have a talk because last season, at the end, Mia was claiming that Karen was hooking up with somebody in the bathroom right in front of Ray and shit. Like, girl. And so Karen's like, you know, we need to have a conversation because you're breaking girl code as married women. That's just something you don't do. So I'm like, which is interesting. So even it could be true. But because we're married women and it's girl code, don't say shit. And what I find interesting about Karen this season is she's gone to me and she's like, you know, let's just make a truce. She's like washing her hands of everything. She's forgiven the whole situation with her coming and saying that she's basically hoeing around and in bathrooms and everything. Forgiving me for that. Hey, let's make a truce. Don't repeat rumors. Let's not repeat rumors. If it's not facts, don't be, you know, talking about it, this, that, another, blah, blah, blah. And what's interesting is I saw another clip where Karen sits down with Robin and says something very similar, saying, let's agree. I won't talk shit about you. You won't talk shit about me. We won't bring rumors. We won't say anything unless it's fact. So is that going to be the whole thing this season? You can't say stuff unless it's fact? When like all throughout the Housewives franchise, all they talk about is rumor. They rarely bring fucking facts until the reunion when they're pulling out their fucking binders of receipts. But I'm like, what is Karen trying to do? What is Karen trying to do? Because quite honestly, I could understand if Karen has a little side piece and Ray is in agreement, you know, like do what you, because Ray is old. He's tired. He don't want to be dealing with all of that. Karen is young, vibrant, and thriving, still wants to dip it and do it. So I could understand if they have an arrangement and that's just what they do, but they don't want the world to know, you know what I mean? So I think that's what's going on there with Karen, but I think that she really loves Ray and they're committed in some ways, you know what I mean? But I was saying, I do think Karen's trying to like quiet some stuff down on her front. I do. And I think she's so concerned with Robin and her situation because I feel like she knows that Robin is in an arrangement as well. I do think that Robin, although she says she's in a traditional marriage, there's nothing traditional about how Juan is moving, like, at all. So I think that Karen really feels for Robin and she wants more. And she wants maybe for her to do it how her and Ray are doing it because they got like an understanding. But it's just all very interesting. And then once, literally, that was like a minute conversation that they had. And then it goes into Mia talking about her and Gordon. And dang on Karen is like, well, do you think it's embezzlement? You know, Giselle brought up embezzlement. Is there any truth to that? And I just love how she's just being very like blunt with it. Are y'all embezzling or not? But what Mia says is like, no, there's absolutely no truth to it. But I'll let you know, I did think that's what it was at first too. Girl, what? But that makes so much sense as to why the reunion, she wasn't making any fucking sense when she was trying to explain what the hell was going down. And the fact that they still are acting like they don't know why they got cut off of all accounts and why Gordon, you know, and his brothers are how do your brothers take you off your account? Like, you were doing some shit, Gordon. And Mia thinks you were doing some shit, Gordon. Still, even though she's trying to say, oh no, I don't think that anymore, please, she still thinks something was going on. But I'm trying to figure out in my head if Mia kind of knew what was going on or if she didn't. I don't know if I think she's completely innocent and like didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like Erica Jane was trying to make it seem like she had no clue what Tom was doing. I can believe that a little bit more because he was just like this big hotshot lawyer in LA. Like, obviously you're thinking all this money is coming in, XYZ. So I can believe that a little bit more with Erica. But I do think Mia had an inkling of a clue of what the fuck was up. I do, if I'm being honest. Mia in this telling people she's not fucking drinking anymore. Girl, just say, I'm not drinking hard liquor anymore. Stop coming off and saying, oh, I'm not drinking anymore. But I'm drinking wine. You're still drinking. Wine is still alcohol. You can still get wine drunk. It's really, really fun. Like, so let's not act like you're not drinking. You're just not drinking hard liquor. So when you come off saying that you're not drinking, it's kind of deceptive, making people think you're sober, and you're not. You're just not drinking hard effing liquor. Be real. Like, I know it sounds good to tell people, oh yeah, I'm not drinking anymore, and everybody's like, oh my god, girl, that's wonderful, good, because you know, that's all. Anytime someone says they're not drinking, everyone's always like, good, oh my god. Like, because we know what alcohol does. But like, that's just not the case. Is it good she's backed up from the hard liquor? Of course. But you're still drinking, Mia. Maybe with time she'll stop the wine too. I don't know. But like, don't come off as deceptive like that, because you're still fucking drinking. And Mia said she was on medication and she was drinking hard liquor. Girl,
Talking about mixing pills and alcohol, that's huge. And I don't think you would have talked to Franklin. And
you can't be doing that. So maybe that's going to be her excuse. I threw wine on you, I threw a drink on you because I was drinking hard liquor and taking pills, so I'm sorry. Do we accept that apology if we're windy? You know? Because a lot of other stuff was said. I don't know if I'm forgiving someone who threw a drink in my fucking face, regardless if they were on pills and hard liquor. Like, it would take a lot. And I may feel the need to throw a drink on you too, and maybe that will make me feel better about the situation. An eye for an eye. You threw a drink on me, let me throw a drink on you, and we'll be good. How about that? What is this Drew Sidora shade?
I don't feel like I need to do anything more musically.
But why, Candace? That's coming off as so shady.
I'm just saying, I don't need.
You need to be humble, Candace. So she feels like if Drew is there, maybe that would overshadow her? Because she's like, I already sold out Chicago. I don't need anybody else of note to put butts in the seats. So I don't think it's a Drew thing. Like, she's worried about Drew's talent. I think it's more so like an insecure thing with her, that she's feeling like Drew may show her up because Drew is on Atlanta. She's had a lot going on in her season. She sung her song on the reunion to her asshole ex. She has a lot going on, so a lot of people might want to see her, which would take the shine and attention off of Candace, is what I'm thinking. Because why other reason would you not want to do anything else musically with Drew? What did she do to her? But here is Juan and Robin. Oh, God.
What are you about to do?
Run some errands. She's like, what are you about to do? She's putting her pills away, right? And Juan comes up in the kitchen. Now, first of all, I have never seen, this is as much as I have seen Juan in all the seasons. We're at what, season 8? This is the most I've seen Juan in all the fucking seasons, in the 2 episodes of this new season, because he's jobless. And he's like literally in the doghouse, kind of, sort of, because I still think he could do whatever the fuck he wants per Robin. But we're seeing him, he's walking in. Robin's putting away her pills and shit, and she's like, "What's up?" And he's like, "About to run some errands." I could not be Robin. Oh my god. Going to go run some errands. Him running errands is running up to the fucking nearest hotel and meeting some chick and signing a fucking receipt and saying he's being a good fucking Samaritan. Like, Juan running errands is not just Juan running errands. Like, that is like so much trust you have to give after all that he's done. Oh my gosh. There's no effing way. And they're about to talk about this picture. So, like, there's recent shit that he's done. I even think she said in the last episode, she was like, he did such and such 3 weeks ago. What am I still supposed to be upset? Girl, that's not even a fucking month. That's not even a month. Like, how does she function? Like, how does she... I don't understand. And I think, like, when you really love someone and you really care deeply and you're, like, in that relationship with somebody and you care on that level, it's impossible to, like, be that nonchalant and, like, uncaring and whatever unless you've been taken down to your lowest depths and where you're literally, like she apparently told Giselle, you're just fucking numb and you feel nothing anymore. You feel nothing anymore because that person has gotten you that fucking low. Or else those feelings just aren't there anymore and you just don't care because you're like, do you and I'm gonna do me. I just don't understand how you love someone and you're okay with them doing those things to you, you know? Because you know you could never do that to them. I really don't think Robin has ever cheated on one. Has that ever been a question? Has that ever been, like, even a fucking thing? And if she were to cheat on Juan, he'd probably be gone like this, which is so fucked up. But they say men can't handle when a woman cheats. What do I know?
On the things that the women have been talking about.
It is such a shame because Robin is not an ugly woman. Like, she's not. You done fucked up her pills and shit, Juan, getting all shaky.
It's pretty much turned into what I felt like was like an intervention.
Yeah, an intervention to get you off the Juan. Get you off the Juana, because what the fuck, Robin?
That's the thing. I'm trying to, like, help them understand, like, okay, just because, like, this stuff is news to you, like, it's not news to
Robin.
me.
Oh my god.
Her thing, I guess, was like, in light of the fact that the laundromat picture came out, why would you put yourself in a position to be photographed again?
Right.
I don't care.
You don't care.
When I'm not going to live my life.
He's such an asshole. He's such a motherfucking dick. He's like, I don't care. She's like, in light of everything that's already gone on, why would you allow yourself to be photographed again in another precarious situation? And his response is, I don't care. What am I supposed to do? Just stop hanging out with people? My circle is already tight. Da-da-da. He has not a single solitary care, concern, feeling about Robin. He doesn't give a fuck about her well-being, her emotional, her mental, nothing. He cares about the fact that she brings in that Bravo check whenever the fuck it fucking clears. And that is all he cares about, because I truly think to hear him say, I don't care, to her saying, why would you allow yourself to be photographed? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like, well, I don't care how it makes me look. And so,
Robin, why don't you care how it makes you look? That is how you know Robin, like, cares so little about herself and there's no self-worth that she doesn't give a fuck how it makes her look. She doesn't care. I know you're not supposed to care what people think and this, that, another, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I get it. But at the end of the day, we're humans. We do care what people think to a certain extent. And for you to not give a fuck that people are out here thinking that your man is for the fucking streets and is sticking his thing in whatever the fuck and then coming home to you. Robin says she doesn't care. So she doesn't care how it makes her look. Juan says he doesn't give a fuck. So why should we care? They don't care. Robin's not gonna leave. Robin is in too deep. She's gonna stick her head in the sand, and that's just gonna be what the fuck it is. And it's really, really sad because she could do 1,000 times better. Do you know, like, Robin could take this show over if she came back next season, was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna be a single woman. I'm gonna do this. But she won't go there. She won't go there. And it's just like, I think she's really scared because Juan is all she knows. And it's scary for her, I would think, because that clip when he's saying, you know, he doesn't even want to be in this shit, like the hot mic clip, he was like, he doesn't even want to be here. If it wasn't for the kids, I'd be gone. Well, the kids are getting older year by year by year, and it's creeping up really, really quick. So how are you going to care how you look if your kids are graduated, and as soon as they're graduated and walk across that stage and are in college, one is like, peace. And everything he said on that hot mic ends up being fucking true. Are you then gonna care? Or are you just never gonna fucking care? Like, I just... it makes me upset for her. It really, really does.
She wants me to be mad at...
Get mad. Go ahead. Get mad, Robin. Curse me out, please.
How dare you?
He's like, get mad, Robin. Curse me out. He doesn't give a fuck. He is such an asshole.
I'm sorry. Get mad.
No, but I'm not mad.
I need you to get mad.
Get mad. Cuss me out, Robin. Get mad. Why? Because you're not going to give a fuck. You're sitting here playing with it now.
Get mad, please.
Right, you would be like, key your car.
I don't know. People always got something to say. Everybody.
Because you make it so everybody got something to say, Juan.
Some people handle them differently. Belle's different than Robin. Like, I mean, I don't care.
Oh my god. All I hear is I don't care. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Oh my god.
They can have fun, chit-chat, and talking amongst themselves. I don't care.
How many times have we heard them say I don't care in this segment?
How are you doing?
Holy shit.
What work?
Yeah.
I'm cool. It is.
What are you doing with work, Juan? You're cool? Does that mean you have a job? Like, what the fuck? Are you going to be at the reunion? Are you going to sit behind Robin this year? Are you not? What's the excuse going to be this year? I'm so over Juan and Robin. Like, I don't even fucking want to talk about them anymore. Trash. Trash to both of them. Juan is fucking delusional. I love my guys. Talking about his whole lawsuit situation. Robin's like, yeah, from what I know, he's not liable for anything. He's like, it's so unfortunate, but I don't care. Like, I'm completely cool. I love my guys, and they love me. Like, that's the most emotion I've heard you fucking feel at. Like, come on. And then he's gonna say, I put people before me most of the time. Well, you certainly? Like, he says this shit. And I'm like, Robin, are you hearing this man? He's saying that he's a good guy. He's nice to people. He said that last episode. He's certainly the fuck not nice to you. And he said he puts people ahead of himself most of the time. He never puts you ahead of himself. So are you hearing that everybody the fuck else is more important and is given more consideration than his own wife? Robin, are you hearing that? But I forget. I'm not supposed to be talking about them because she doesn't care. She does not care. So I'm gonna dead it on that. I'm gonna fucking dead it on Robin and Juan. Oh my god. So Nneka is in the neighborhood, living in the zip code of Potomac, not outside of, not Hanover, not Great Lakes, not fucking Bethesda or anything the fuck else. Potomac. Okay? So her house is listing at 5 beds, 5 baths, and 6,000 square feet. It is a beautiful home, I will say. But from like the way people were talking, I was expecting something different. This is very much like of the homes in the DMV. Like, this is what like those standard homes look like. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But it's like, okay. Good for them. But she's getting work done. She's getting the hard flooring down. She has an adorable little freaking puppy. He's so cute. Looks like a little brown teddy bear, a little curly. I think that, what do they call them? Like golden doodles or something like that? I don't know, but freaking precious. I want that dog. But I think this is gonna be a cute little addition of Nneka.
Beautiful deck.
The deck is gorgeous. Why does that look familiar?
That chandelier. I'm actually surprised it's still up.
It's because I've seen it in this area before. That's why it looks familiar.
Primary bathroom.
So their house is still like in building. Like they closed on the home, but they got a lot of work to do.
Because it's empty, which means something else has to come in.
Did she say her hubby's a doctor? So I guess that's her hubby.
No bags, okay, no bags. But I want to
Look at that dog.